Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome to the first experimental video of City Skylines in the Sunset Harbour update. And today we're going to answer the question on everybody's lips that nobody has asked, but I'm still going to go through it anyway. And that is to see if the brand new fishing industry can support a town. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, what I mean is there's going to be no jobs available. The only jobs available in this small town is simply going to be from the fishing industry. And we're going to see if it can actually support a town. So I want to know if we can create these small little fishing towns and if they will be productive, if they will grow, and if they will be viable. And we're going to see all about this in today's experimental video. So if you guys enjoyed this experiment and want to see more from this brand new DLC, then please make sure you smash that like button down below. Let me know in the comment section if you haven't already. Please make sure you subscribe so you are notified when that next video comes out. Now, this is one of the brand new maps in the new DLC. I forget which one it is. It's one of them. I think it's the very first one you can select. And I've kind of bought some land around it. So all the little kind of more tiles to play around with, just so I got a little bit more access to the waterfront. So we have a nice little river. We also have the big open sea, which is what I think I'm going to utilize in this experiment. So what we need to do then is we need to build a small little town. Now, all we need is some residents. I might push it to a little bit of commercial just to go, hey, you know what? They're going to spend some money. I might not. We'll see how it goes first. And then we're going to build the fishing industry. Now, I've got a little over 600,000 in the bank. So we're going to hopefully, make profit. I'm going to see how that goes. So we need to pick a centralized location for the town. And I could do something like in the middle there or over here, which is pretty much where the start point is for this map. But it's a fishing village. Well, it's going to be a little fishing village, which will hopefully grow into a small town. And I think a nice little centralized location will be simply in the middle here. It's very close to both beaches that we currently have set up. There is some beautiful trees right now with Stonehenge in the middle, which we're literally going to destroy. I'm so sorry, Stonehenge. I'm so sorry. But this is literally what it's going to be like then. So we're going to first start then. We'll put it all in pause. And we're going to simply start with the 4-lane road here, which will be pretty much going through the middle of this whole town. And, do I want that type of road, or do I want like a normal road? Or do I want it with trees? Do you know what? We'll go with trees. Oh, excuse me. Can you upload? Upgrade, sorry. We'll go with trees. And that'll be the center road that tears through our small little village. Now, off this, we're going to have a few different things. So I think what we'll do first then is we'll take a road off from the like, a point of it here, maybe. And come down by 20, and this will go down to where we'll eventually have the industry set up. So it's more like a higher capacity road for the industry. Then everything else is pretty much going to be set up as you could expect. So I'll do a little crossroad like that, and then we'll kind of build some roads off it. So let's just kind of go, not a full grid effect, but let me go up by, I want to maximize it as much as possible. So we'll bring this up to 50, up by 10 and across. And we'll go another up by 10 and across. Because I'm going to make this, actually, because I've gone up by 11. It's not exactly the right length. I'm just trying to maximize the grid. There we go. And then we'll kind of then whirl it off. So some areas will stick out a little bit further than others. I think we'll go by 10 and then go up. That one can stick out a little bit there. We want like little cross-through roads as well. So I think we'll have a point there where it connects. That can go up there. So we kind of then sprawling out what will eventually be our neighborhood. And I think we'll start with that and then we'll slowly grow from this. Now, when it comes to the fishing industry then, we got to set this up pretty damn sweet. So I think I'm going to create a makeshift harbor, which is going to mean reclaiming some land. So let's pick a point. And if I pick the point to be, let me up that brush size, boys. About here. How does that stick out? I'm going to do it on the edge of the beach. Around about there. So if I come out to here, how does that sit? There we go. Because I've also got a like push it down this way, because this is where our road's going to go. And if I kind of create that little cliff edge that looks down on our whole dock, that would be pretty sweet. That would be pretty nice. So at what point does the level that I'm doing right now kind of merge? It's not really going to merge, is it? So we're going to have to then kind of smoothen out as the road slowly comes up. So I'll try and smoothen out a bit as much as I can. It's not going to be perfect, but this is then literally our little dock area. So let's extend it a bit more then, because obviously we want to make sure that we've got plenty of room to place down our little fishing. What they called? They're called something. I can't quite remember what they're called. They're called harbours. There we go. Wow, that took a while, didn't it? Yikes. So it sticks that a little bit here. Now the great thing about this is we have the natural sea barrier kind of thing there a little bit. I think that sticks out quite far now. So we could kind of roll with that, but at the same time I'm going to bring it down a bit more. And then kind of create an oval. Not an oval, a semicircle in a way. As to also be like a natural barrier. Might seem a little bit weird, but just roll with it, guys. Roll with it. We're going to push this back a bit more. And then, of course, we're going to smoothen off the edges. Right, there we go. So that's our like natural sea barrier from our little dock area. You're probably thinking, Seniac, this is so freaking weird, but just roll with it, guys. Roll with it. And, can I undo that? Yes. Let me brush this up a bit because it's a bit too pointy. Might not want it as pointy as it's coming out to be. And then bring that brush strength down. I'm paying too much attention to this, aren't I? There we go. There we go, there we go, there we go. Right, anyway, so that's our little natural kind of barrier, which maybe at some point we might do like a key wall to kind of edge it all off, or maybe even a flood barrier or something like that. So that's just going to be the kind of edge, and then the boats will sail out, sail through there. It will be glorious. Now, we're going to have some flooding. So if we fast forward the flooding part right now, let it overflow, and then we'll reset the sea level. Boom. Is it still going to flood? Boom. There we go. Okay, I think we've got away with that one. Almost. Almost, he says. So I've got to key wall it all off anyway, and we'll get to that point in just a moment. But let's now take a look at getting the town set up then. So let's go to zoning, and it's all going to be low residential to begin with. As we create our wonderful little town. And we'll back this up to here as well, and then that will maybe be some commercial front there down the main road. We'll see how it goes. We'll set up the water side of it as well, so let's pump this down the big main roads first, and then we'll displace it there. So that all covers that. We're going to use the brand new water tower because I feel like this is one of the best things that they've implemented in this new DLC. Just for the simple fact that is, you know, it does a lot of pumping power. Compare it to like this, 120,000. This does 160,000, which is ridiculous. I like it. I like it a lot. So I think we'll put the water tower up on the hill. No reason to why we did that, but we will. Power then. We'll use the same hill for a couple of wind turbines. There we go. And we need sewage output, don't we? I forgot about that. Now we could do. I mean, it's a small town, isn't it? So we ain't gotta worry about doing sewage plants and whatnot. But I feel like we should be somewhat eco-friendly, and maybe drop a couple of eco ones going in. They're not gonna like it, but if I dump it onto that, oh, that sea's flowing this way. Will it eventually come down to around here? Oh, I don't know. That'll be right. That'll be part of the challenge if it ever does. That'll be part of the challenge that we're gonna set ourselves. This also is gonna need power, so I think I'm gonna set a little wind turbine, not in the ideal location, but just there. And then hopefully the little town should then slowly start to grow. Right, there we go. So we do have the super demand mod on there just to kind of get it all up and running pretty quick. But as it stands right now, we're losing 1,900 a week, which is not viable for this small town. Plus, we don't really have any residents moving in because we don't have a road connection set up just yet. So let's get this going all the way up. And What's the best way to do this, like, simple connection? Okay, what I think I'll do is we'll kind of just keep it really simple. So if I go from there, and let's pick that point, go, let's use some anarchy to cut straight across to there. And then, alright, that's the connecting point there, but if I delete back, and that is a 10 by 11, which is the correct way. We'll sort out the length of it in just a moment. And I think then we'll drop this down. There we go. And over, as if the town is going to spread that way. So then we'll get the highway. We'll just do some simple slip roads. That's all it's going to be. And then back down. And on this side, boom. And then back down. Just simple, nothing over the top. And that then gives our outside world connection. And then we should hopefully, yeah, there we go, start to see the people moving in. Which then our weekly income should slowly go down to the bottom. So we need power. Let's get the rest of this all hooked up. So they've got everything they need there, and it's only just simply residents at the moment. So while we have that, while we're dumping pollution into the river behind, we can now finally take a look at what is going to be known as our fishing industry. Right, so let me get this all set up then, beautify it as best as I can, to the point where we're ready to add in all the harbours. Right, so before I show you the monstrosity that I've just created, let's just take care of some of the town's needs right now, because people are not going to be happy. So we've already got 1,000 residents, and we're going to need now some of the local services. So a small police station, which can cost us $4.80 a week to run. So if I have that one just there, we'll do the small fire station facing opposite as well. So it's just the main drag of the road that will pass through as normal. And that will take care of everything. Now we're going to need some garbage needs as well. This is all the other stuff that you kind of forget that you got to add in. Now this stuff does provide jobs, believe it or not. And we've got now 71 jobs available, from the police to fire. And I don't know if it includes any of the sewage. I don't think it does. I think it's just those buildings. So that's kind of interesting. So the next thing we need then is garbage. That's a big thing. So let's see what we could potentially add in. A small recycling centre. See, that might be the way to go forward, but I'm going to have to kind of create some kind of an area for it. So if I brought this, or kind of bent it to go round and down this way, as if the road continued down there, and then just over the brow of this hill here, we create our recycling plant area. So if I just do something like this, keep it simple, and we need water to stretch over here. So I'll take the water from over there, that's fine. And then our little recycling plant, which can go just there. It's gonna need some power. Oh, was that close enough? I think it should be. Yes, perfect. And that will provide jobs as well. So how many jobs do I have taken up at the minute? 101. Okay. There's still 98% unemployed. And we're still going to grow the town as well. So for the basic needs at the minute, sweet, mate. Perfect. So you ready to see the monstrosity that I just created? Just please bear in mind, you know, it's not meant to be beautiful. This is still an experiment video. But I tried to do something nice. Ta-da! There's my makeshift seawall. I told you I had something in mind. I've kind of combined a key wall just kind of get these edges, but then I realized it was not going to work. So I just kind of threw in some rocks, and now it looks like a huge mess. It looks like something that when you would go and take your dog for a walk, you know, it's the reason why you have to take a plastic bag with you. I'll just leave that thought there, guys. I'll leave that thought there. But we're pretty much, you know, set up in a way. So we're going to have our little kind of road that comes from here to run down the side, go down to here, and that's where our fishing industry will be at the minute. So we're currently losing nearly 2,000 a week, which is quite shocking, but hey-ho, here we go. Okay, so now we'll get then these big boy roads, and I don't know if we're going to need that style, this type of road to come down here, but I'll add it in anyway. So if I ran that to there, and then we want to make sure, so if I just kind of, is it paused? Have I got it paused? Yeah, I have. So if I bring this down to here, run that over that way, run that to there. And then delete, delete. So delete, delete. And then delete, 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 delete. And then we can create some beautiful bends. Nice. So to there, to there, to there, to there. So we're pretty much freeing up the whole place right now, which is looking pretty damn glorious. And we're ready to kind of then start building our industry. So back into play mode. Do I bring in more residents, or should I keep it as it is right now and like grow the fishing industry? And as we need more people to work, we start adding in more jobs or more residents and stuff like that. I think that's the way to go forward. So fishing industry then. I actually don't know how expensive it's going to be. How expensive are they? Oh, they're fairly cheap. They're fairly cheap. Oh, that's something we should actually check out. The fish. So we got anchovies, we got shellfish, we got a couple of salmon. I realised tuna doesn't come from the depth, it comes from how fast the water is flowing. And you normally kind of see it like sometimes by bridges when the water's flowing fast through them. But we don't really have any fast flowing water. We've probably got a little bit up there, but I think that's like a water sources up there at the minute. But that's pretty cool. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. We'll start then with some basic fishing harbours that will get underway. And we'll place on this side because there's a space. Oh, you can see there's a little bit of tuna there because the water's flowing pretty quick against those rocks. So we'll start with one just there. And then should I put this one right next to it? Yeah. So I got the Anarchy on, which kind of combines them. But I also have this mod, the touch this mod, which allows me to kind of select the roads, which would then get rid of them. So I can then place my own roads on there. So we'll go with the simplistic basic road there. So it's all combined as one. And if I connect it all the way up there, they're now going to be connected to the road. So they won't moan about road connections. They'll just moan about water, power, and the fact that they can't fish at the minute. So let's get these guys all hooked up via the water then. Up to there. Are we still okay for water and sewage? Yeah, the sewage capacity is almost halfway there, but the water consumption, we got plenty of time to go. So we're going to need some power down here then. How much megawatts have we still got? We've still got a lot of spare wattages. What? Oh, it's over here. All right, run that up to there. So all that those guys now should be complaining about is the fact that they don't have any area to fish. So how is the town doing at the moment? And we'll come back to it in just a second. The town life is good. Town life is pretty good at the minute. In terms of jobs right now, we've now provided an extra 50 jobs from those two fishing fingers. It tells you on the buildings how many jobs is available. 26 from each one. Nice. So let's set up a fishing route then. Right, we'll start with this one over here. So we'll kind of, we'll do some bends. We'll kind of like bring it out this way as it will go out. And then this one can take a turn out this way and kind of fish in the, like the small bay area that we have. And then we'll kind of bring it back in to there. And then that one's pretty much done. This one, I mean, a lot of the fishing lines are going to cross. And that's fine, it can do that. This one will allow it to go out to the sea a little bit. We'll get to a little crisscross, come back down. Before I make it pretty much come back in. There we go. So a few little crisscross lines there. We should then start to see boats heading out. There's our first one. Oh, it's so small. It's such a small boat, isn't it, guys? But that's pretty cool though. So they'll start fishing them. This one has 10 workers so far. This one has 10 workers as well. We're going to need to start educating them as well. So we can start, you know, getting them higher paying jobs than what they've currently got. And we'll put a school just here. There we go. Which there is 260 eligible students, which the capacity for that is 300. So we start with that now then. So now we've got the fish coming out, we need a place to sell it to be able to make money. Now we've got a couple of options. We can do the fish market first, which sells it direct to customers, which I think is what we should do first until we kind of build up a decent enough industry before we process onto getting a factory, which produces the canned goods. So a fish market then. I feel like we should have it like, you know, near the water. And I think what we'll do here is we'll come up by 20 there and then just drop it in. Where is it? Boom, there we go. So, like all good things, it's going to need water. The power situation was still okay at the minute. Going to need some power. And then we have a fish market up and running, which that in itself has jobs available and can support people. So, we get the electricity coming in. It's going to be operating as normal. And then hopefully we make some money off that. So, as it stands at the minute, we're only just got it up and running. We're making no money off the industry. So let's have a little fast forward then. We've got fairly quite. Oh, we need a crematorium. Hold on, people are dying. People are dying. Crematorium versus a cemetery. We'll go cemetery. Oh, hold on. I think we should expand the town a little bit more. So if I brought this down and then pick that spot. There we go. That goes straight across. So I bring it to there, and at least then I've got an idea of how I'm doing the roads. So that can come out to there. Oh, I'm trying to create that town vibe, boys. There we go. Where it kind of, you know, it just sprawls in general. Let me get the water set up. Oh, pressed the wrong button. Straight across. And what is the unemployment like right now? 89. So we still have a lot of jobs available. So yeah, it might be worth dropping a little bit more residential. Right, we'll go down to that extent. And then we'll bring this across to there. And then that's both sides then covered in residential, which is pretty nice. We'll drop in a cemetery, which I'll place over on this side, just there. So it's kind of out the way slightly. That will eventually have power when we start building up, but that will provide the def need in a way. It's got the power now. We've got to keep an eye on our power as well, because we're going to start using a lot of it. But that'll bring a lot more people in. Hopefully fill up a few more of those jobs, but we need to educate people. Because I don't think, I mean, as much as you would assume that catching fish is really easy, it's not. I haven't ever caught a fish in my life, so I'm not even going to pretend it's freaking easy. We sold 70 fish last week, so does that mean we're making money off the industry yet? Oh, pennies, mate. We're making pennies right now. Which is why we need to kind of catch more fish and then be able to start turning them into canned goods. So we really need to take a look at and try more ways to make money off this fishing industry. So we've got the residents. They can literally pretty much just live in a town and then work. That's all they can do at the moment. So let's pause it and let's see what else we could throw in then for the industry. So we got all the different other types as well, like, you know, solely getting like, you know, tuna, anchovies and all that kind of jazz. But then we have stuff like the fish farm, which allows us to get a specific type of fish. Not a specific type of fish, like just like get a certain type of thingy. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. What am I trying to say? It just yields fish without having to send the boats out, if that makes sense. We also have the algae farm. We also have the seaweed farm as well. So they come in different prices. Yeah, they do. They're quite expensive. So I think we'll start with the fish farm just here. There we go. Got to be careful they don't overlap stuff. We got the algae farm as well, which, if I placed in, could be combined just like that. And then we have the seaweed farm, which is actually kind of okay in terms of hasn't going to be placed out too far. Now, they were huge investments that I've just done. So let me just unlock all these roads so I can then delete them. So I can then pretty much place them on the same grid system that we've currently got going on. What's going on here? Well, if I push this up to this way anyway. There we go. Couple of teething problems there, but we kind of sorted that out. So put that back on there. We should be back to normal. Apart from there, creating a little bridge. So there we go. The road's all connected there, which is pretty sweet. I mean, I got a fish farm, the algae farm, and the seaweed farm as well. So, oh, they need power. Yes, of course they do. So we'll just get that connected over, just like that. And how is the power front? So we borderline now getting to the point where we're going to have to get some more power stuff down. Oh, these don't have any water. Which means more expenditure, if you know what I mean. More expenditure as we're now slowly spending more money to get this beautiful town making money from this sole industry. So I wonder if now, yeah, I bet say, I wonder if we start selling more fish. Of course we do. Yep, we are now definitely selling more fish. Nice. Okay. Okay, but we're still using those money. Again, I don't want to drop any industry down. And if I did drop commercial down, I mean, it's not that bad, but it's going to take a lot of jobs. But I think I've got no choice at this point. So just to make the town survive a little bit, we'll do a nice strip of commercial. But then no industry. So we can happily say the only industry in this little town... Is this an island, by the way? No, not really. It's on the edge of like land, isn't it? Yeah. So this little town then, the only industry is fish. The fishing industry. So we still got one more card up our sleeve. And that is getting the fish factories to start producing canned goods. Now that will just continually make us some money. It's making us, oh, $70. Nice. I mean, the big thing will change when we do start getting the fish factory. What are these complaining about? Noise? Oh, citizens are sick. Oh, we don't have any healthcare. This is another expense that we now got to throw in. So if I place that just there. And there we go. We've got a small little medical clinic there that those guys will be happy about. And then the town is just growing beautifully. Right, okay, so how many jobs do we now currently have available? 480 jobs in our town. In a town that has a population of 2,600. Okay. Right, do you think it's time? Oh, we actually didn't realise that. We actually turned a little bit of profit then for a second. I think it now depends on how much... Oh my good God! The money coming from the industry? Damn, boy! Now, what I think that is because we're now producing more goods, we're now getting trucks that are not only just taking the goods to the fish market and selling it, but now we can now export them out via just the general trucks right now. So look at this. Returning to facility, that was a box truck. Any of these carrying fish? Yes, exporting fish. There we go. And that's how we're now making a lot of our money. So if we can now use that fish that we're exporting out by a truck, now we know that we have a surplus in fish. We're now ready for the fish factory. So back to the industry then. And how much is a fish factory? 25,000. Right. And what we'll do is we'll kind of create the road. I mean, I could have a road connecting straight across like that, which would be handy. And then we'll place in the factory just there. There we go. And how many jobs do I have available? 53. So I think we should build a nice little car park to allow these guys to park up as they're buying their fish or going to work. So we're just dropping 2 little car parks there. It's not really going to make much difference, but hey ho. Has it got water? Yeah. So this is pretty much now waiting for fish before it can then go on to sell it commercial zone goods, which will make us more money in general as well. So that's pretty dope. Right, we got some few little power problems. How are we doing on that front? Yes. So, seeing as we're now a fishing town and we're heavily relying on the sea, do we now rely on the sea for power? Maybe. I could drop that just there and that'll provide us an extra 20 megawatts in total. So have a little fast forward. Yep, there we go. Boosting up. And now the sewage is slowly making its way around. So hopefully it doesn't kind of ruin our fishing industry. Hopefully it doesn't. So now, now we have a sewage need as well. So we kind of borderline making money, not making money. So is it worth taking a look at potentially some sewage water treatment? How expensive is... Oh, wow. Okay, it's not that expensive. So inner water treatment, extensive water sources include cities built far away from it. Water sources, water back into the ground. So this is a drain capacity of 120,000. Our current sewage capacity is this is double. And It costs less. Oh, that makes complete sense. Right, so if I drop that there, hook this up to there, delete this so I'm now no longer pumping it out into the river, and that handles our sewage needs. Nice. So it's completely away from the town. Oh, we still got power. Oh, yeah, because that doesn't now technically connect over. Oh, neither does that one. Right, let me delete these. All right, we'll pause it. And there's a better way that we can do this. I think if I place one there, there, and there, we spend that little bit of money, connect it over like that. I think that should handle all our power for quite some time at this point. Nice. Nice. So now it's getting the goods coming in, and it's slowly pumping out the commercial stuff. We'll just see how it goes in time before we start regularly making money. So there's moments, so we might have to create like an export route as well. I could do it by boat, but we also have the train line just here, and we also do we have any other ones? There's another train line over here, but it's kind of out of the way slightly. That's actually quite cool, isn't it? Yeah. So we'll utilize that. So that could be interesting. But it's only when we're really starting to make a big chunk of change, because at the moment we're still losing money. So we've got some big exports still going out at the minute, which is really good, and we're now making money and then slowly moving. So we're pretty much on the cusp at the minute. So I've zoned a little bit more out right now, because in terms of the job front, people employed versus jobs is kind of getting close. So what we're going to do then is we're going to add in some more residents, which is probably the opposite thing that I wanted to do at this minute, because we need more jobs than more than anything. But I'm going to extend this slightly. Let me pause and delete these power grids. And let's get them connected like this to here. And by dropping that down there, we should have some new residents then move in, which will give the rest of the town the power that it needs. And then we'll just sort out now this. So if I push that back to there, push this to here, so it's plenty more residential that we're getting in and more taxes, which might then make us consistently making money, but we still need that industry to provide the jobs. We still do. So fish is coming in. I think now then we just need more fish, if that makes sense. So let's take a look at what else we could place down. So in terms of job fronts, they provide 26, they provide 40 odd, 26. Wow, 62. That's a lot there for the seaweed farms, isn't it? It definitely is a lot for the seaweed farmers. But let's get a few more fishing stuff down. So I could place one there. Right, pause a second. And I can place one there for the anarchy. Then we unhook the roads and delete them. And then they're literally then attached to that road. They just need a little bit more water. Do they have power? Yep, they were connected. And then they need a fishing route. So we're doubling our fish catching from those two ones over there. Alright, let's start with... Which one is it? It's that one, isn't it? Yeah. So let's start with this. Just wiggling down this way. It can do a figure of 8. There we go. And then this one. Take more of a longer route to there. So a couple of little fishing routes there, so we mean we should have quite a few boats now circling around. And if you see it from this point there, you can see all the like little ants or little flies just kind of like hovering around, aren't they? But again, that will then start giving us more fish back in return, which is a good thing. So that's positive. That is really positive. Alright. Good work, guys. Keep it up. Which in turn, obviously, will give us a couple more jobs. Not too many, just a couple more. But I've really got to bulk it up. So we can get some more down the side there, which will be handy. But this gives us the most jobs, the seaweed farm. So maybe I take a look at, you know, extending that to a certain degree. Interesting. Right, garbage. Are we having garbage worries right now? Oh, yes. Okay, so let's get another recycling centre down. Wait, what's our capacity on that? What does that do? 24,000. See, even another one of those won't do its job. A waste transfer facility, or we could do the waste processing complex. How much is that to run? Whoo, 5,400. No. No. I can go for a large recycling centre, which does 72,000. How much is that? That's 1,900. Okay, that's still too much. Right, we have to go to like the base incinerator to start burning off some stuff. Which gives us almost exactly the right capacity, but that is consistently, you know, also then again, it's providing us with power as well, isn't it? But hopefully that solves some of our garbage needs and keeps on top of it. But we need more fish, guys. We need more fish. So we might have to take a look at that and extending this dock area a little bit to get more seaweed farms, because that not only provides a lot of workers, but we get a lot of trucks in the process too. It provides us with time now gone on. I've now expanded to a second dock area, and please ignore the rocks. I'm trying my best, guys. I'm trying my best. But since then, money's been steadily coming in, which is really, really good. Yeah, I mean, look at these rocks. Please ignore them. We've got a couple more seaweedy things over here, which I know the boats are going through. And all that kind of stuff, making us more money. And what's good is that this is now consistently being filled up. I was thinking about putting a warehouse down for some, you know, you can't do a warehouse for fish, but you can do it for like commercial goods and all that. But we'll see what happens as we add more stuff in now. Now, we do get a lot more workers in the seaweed farm, which is why I placed a couple more down. We currently stand at about 71% of our peeps unemployed, so we're going to try and up those numbers for nearly, you know, over 4,000 population, which is kind of crazy. The only downside is a seaweed farm costs us 32,000 a pop. That's expensive. So if I just pause, drop that down, we kind of have to do this every time, is delete the road from it. There we go. It's going to need some water. I might as well set up the whole little section here for water. It's going to need some power. So I'll get up to the grid. And that's literally all it needs. All it needs. So I'm trying to provide more jobs. More jobs mean there's more money in the economy, and the more people can pay those delicious tax rates, which I haven't touched. Still the same, but we're making, look at 5,000 from the industry right now. Now just keep going. So when we know we're making a bit more of a surplus, then we'll start thinking about bringing in like an export route, which I think would be really good. Would be really, really beneficial to the small little town, and again, keeps providing us with those sweet, delicious jobs. So that has brought it down by 1%, but I need 32,000 every time I want to build one of those seaweed places down. So it's now, do I think about investing in the town? Do I think about getting a loan? Just because it's going to provide us with the money. The money's going to a good cause. That's how much more money it's going to cost us, any of these. Look how much we've got coming in. It fluctuates, of course it does, but hopefully we can increase that. So I might take the big boy loan. We'll take that big boy loan, we'll pause it, and we'll go a little bit seaweed crazy right now. So just keep placing, I mean, we'll just set up a load of seaweed farms on this one side. There we go. We're going to have to unhook as much of the road that I can. Alright, delete while I can. And I think I've missed some of them. There we go. There we go. So that should be all of it gone. Alright, if I just delete it like that, it's just easy enough for me to do it all over again. Right, straight down. straight connection. We'll have all the power and all the water already hooked up, and that's going to provide us with a lot more jobs. So each one, give it a couple of seconds. I've noticed that they kind of top out to about 50 workers. But that in itself has now, look at that, look at the unemployment now dropping. We've dropped by nearly 10%, there we go. We've now employed 10% more people in the town. It's pretty good, isn't it? That's pretty sweet. So I'm hoping that investment pays off. Which it should do, so we'll just give it time to start producing. Oh, the trucks are already heading on their way out already, boys. And look at them all right now. They're skedaddling, they're getting out of here. So we got to start thinking at this point then. We need a closer export so we can get more into a train and skedaddle. Now, what I could do is bring that train line in, and I can run it parallel to the town here, like through the middle, and then create a transfer or transport hub just here. It's just how expensive is that going to be for us, a cargo one? 60,000. Right, it's not hugely expensive. Really, is it? So I think what I'll do then, we'll just slightly move this down a little bit. So I could potentially extend this road to about there. Right, okay. And then we'll drop in what's going to be... Okay, I can't get it in because of these power lines, but we'll just delete them real quick. So I've got this over here, so it gives us enough time or enough space. I'm gonna have to relocate this as well, aren't I? Right, relocating just to there. It's all good. And the train tracks. Now, do I elevate them, or because this is a small town, do I just run them straight through the anarchy so they could still pass through? You know what, I'm going to do this to there. Obviously, this is costing us an arm and a leg. There we go. But we was making money at that one point. Oh no, please don't tell I'm going to start losing money. Oh no, okay, we're back to making money, guys. I got worried for a second there. I want to elevate all this train track right now. To be in the same height as the road. Kind of. I think that's as good as you're going to get it. Can I like... Oh no, that's rocks. No more rocks, boys. No more rocks. Yeah, hey ho. It is what it is. I'm going to connect it to there, but again, I need the money. But let's get this connection set up here first then. So I bring that to there. And then we'll curve this one out. Like that. And then I'm going to bring this over. Now, how expensive is this going to cost me? That's at 5,000. Okay, it's not too bad then. To there. I can delete a little bit back. Like that. And bam, we now have a cargo hub pretty much now set up within the town. So it passes through, which will be a sight for sore eyes. I don't know why some of this has decided to go different levels, but let's see what we can do. So if I selected, let's say, this bit there and there to be the same height as that, and then if I selected this bit to be the same height as that, or a little bit higher. Is it going up? No. Oh no, I gotta click. I select the point, don't I? Hold on. There. Then if I, with the power invested with the magic that I hold in my hands, thus being the move it tool, to there, right, can I then go bam to bam, and it kind of almost levels up. Yeah, it weren't too bad, was it? Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to get too focused on that. So we got so many trucks coming in and out. Hopefully they'll start using the train terminal very soon. And it might be to a point where I need to create a road that connects down to here to make it more accessible for those guys. So if I create that turn there. and then straight down. Easy. So those guys can come up, turn in to go there. These guys coming out and go straight up into there. And it shouldn't be too bad. We've got so many like trucks driving around. You can see them, right? Oh my good God. There is lots of them at the minute. So that one itself provided us with a few more jobs. 58% is now the unemployment. Why does nobody want to use my train? My train is connected to the outside world, right? I mean, I can't see that far back, but yeah, it should be. All right. Oh, there we go. Did he go in for a second? Yeah, they kind of come in and out real quick. So hopefully it's going to have a train for us at some point. Nice little dip there. That would be fun for the train ride, wouldn't it? Right, okay. I think now it's changing. Now it looks like they're starting to use it. We have our first train leaving the town. Not bad. Not bad indeed. So, with this now having good success as it is, do you think it's time... How much fish should we be selling here? Do you think it's time we have a couple more of these buildings? I mean, the big thing is, do we have the money for that? Dropping another fish factory down. There we go. And another fish market. Could I squeeze one in just there? Boom. So, big boy moves right there I'm doing. Let me move this car park on this side. Move that up by one more, so the car park's right next to it. More fish markets there to deliver more goods and produce in the town before they get shipped out. Another train heading out, so we should have some more exports. So what's it up to now? 11,000 in our industry. That is glorious. That is freaking glorious, boys. I'm so impressed. So if this small industry right now is literally supporting this town. I think this experiment has been a huge success. We got exports for days going out. We can continue to rise it. So it's now down to 7,000, but that's okay because the bank balance is consistently going up. It really is consistently going up. We'll just keep growing the fishing industry and it'll keep providing more jobs, which will be good. Unemployment's at 56%, which is amazing. We could probably then benefit with a little bit more commercial. So we'll drop that in. That in itself would also provide jobs. They provide a little bit of a workforce. But we've got more going in there. So let's take a quick look now and then. So 55% it's up to. So we can keep going. But this city is pretty much now self-sufficient because of the big industry that we got in. The fishing industry. And that is pretty damn dope. Guys, I hope you did enjoy this experiment. It's so good. It makes me want to continue this as a series. Do we replace Oil Town with Fish Town? I'll let you guys decide in the comment section down below. But let me know what you think, guys. Hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, smash that like button down below. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. So good. Bye.